I move through the night like a shadow, unseen, unheard, a whisper on the wind. My black hair falls to my shoulders, wild yet deliberate, framing a face hardened by the life I've chosen. My eyes, dark as the abyss, see through the lies and illusions of the world, searching always, never resting. A layer of stubble lines my jaw, a small reminder that time still touches me, though I often feel more ghost than man. I wear the darkness itself, layered assassin's garb, woven for silence, for death. Each step I take is measured, each breath controlled. The world may think me just another half-elf, caught between two bloodlines, but I am neither. I am something else entirely. A hunter. A shadow. And tonight the night belongs to me. Venare never truly sleeps. Its streets are a labyrinth of intrigue, where whispers carry further than the wind, and secrets are bought with blood. The scent of the city is thick with damp stone, roasted meats from late-night street vendors, and the ever-present stink of humanity. Unwashed beggars, sweating merchants, and the cloying perfumes of courtesans lingering in the alleys. Above all this, I move unseen. The rooftops are my domain, where only the foolish or the skilled dare to tread. I am the latter. The night air is cool against my skin as I crouch atop a tiled roof, gazing down at the red gable manor. It stands like a fortress of wealth, its 3 stories rising over the lesser buildings of the district. The windows flicker with candlelight, and armored men pace the outer walls. Their movements are rigid, practiced, trained soldiers but predictable. Lord Vostan, a name that carries weight in Venare. A noble who thrives in the shadows as much as I do, selling information, brokering power, and playing both the crown and the underworld against each other. Someone wants him gone. I wait, watching, studying. The mark of a true assassin is patience. One does not rush death. It must be delivered with precision. I count the guards, note their rotation. Every night, at the stroke of the 11th bell, there is a gap in their pattern, a 10-minute window. It is all I need. The second night, I move through the alleyways, my boots making no more sound than a whisper on the cobblestones. The shadows are my second skin, wrapping around me as I navigate the city. The red gable manor looms ahead, its high walls slick with moisture from the evening mist. I scale the stone with ease, my fingers finding purchase in the cracks between bricks. The scent of ivy clings to the surface, earthy and damp. A quick flick of my wrist, and my grappling hook soars through the air, catching the third-floor balcony's edge. I pull myself up, pausing for the briefest moment, listening. The manor is alive with faint sounds, the distant murmur of voices downstairs, the clink of goblets, the crackling of a hearth. The floor beneath my hands is cool marble, polished smooth by years of wealth. The window is before me, unlocked, foolish. I slip inside. The chamber is spacious, lined with dark mahogany bookshelves filled with tomes that smell of old parchment and ink. A single candle burns atop a polished desk, its flickering light casting long, dancing shadows. And there, seated behind the desk, is him, Lord Vostan. His quill scratches across parchment, the only sound in the otherwise silent room. His robes are deep crimson, the color of aged wine trimmed with gold filigree. A ring glints on his left hand, a serpent coiled around a ruby. I move with the silence of a falling feather, blade in hand. One step, another. The scent of burning wax mingles with the faint tang of ink. Then he speaks.
"Ah, I was wondering when you'd come."
I do not stop. He leans back in his chair, fingers steepled, eyes sharp and unafraid. A knowing smile tugs at the corners of his lips.
"Who sent you?"
He asks, tilting his head slightly. The candlelight flickers in his dark eyes, reflecting something I do not like. I say nothing. His fingers drum against the wooden desk.
"Let me guess. The Syndicate? Or perhaps that spineless duke who believes I've been siphoning from his coffers."
I step closer, grip tightening on my dagger. The blade is cold, hungry. Vostan exhales through his nose, as if I bore him.
"You've made a mistake, assassin!"
Then I feel it, a shift in the air, a presence, the softest rustle of fabric, a trap. The realization strikes, a heartbeat too late. The door bursts open. 2 guards spill into the room, steel gleaming in the dim light. Another figure moves behind me, a blur in my peripheral vision. I twist, bringing my blade up just as a sword whistles through the air. Too close, I dodge, the edge of the blade grazing my shoulder. Pain flares, but I do not falter. Instead, I drive forward, twisting low, my dagger slicing upward. The first guard chokes as my blade finds his throat. A spray of warmth against my fingers. Brief. Final. The second lunges. But I'm already moving. A pivot. A step. His own momentum betrays him. My second dagger buries deep into his side. The third attacker, silent, fast, strikes from behind. I barely react in time, twisting away as his dagger grazes my ribs. He is like me, trained and deadly. Vostan watches, his smile unchanged.
"Not bad,"
he muses. I snarl, pressing forward. The other assassin blocks, our blades clashing in a song of steel. He moves like water, his attacks fluid, precise. But I am better. I feint left, then twist my dagger in a brutal arc, cutting deep. His eyes widen, breath hitching. He collapses at my feet, blood pooling beneath him. Only Vostan remains. He stands slowly, clasping his hands behind his back.
"Impressive. You are as skilled as they say."
I wipe my blade against my sleeve, leveling my gaze at him. "You should be dead," I say, my voice low. He chuckles, a rich, knowing sound.
"Perhaps. But tell me, do you ever wonder why you are sent to kill the men you do?"
I narrow my eyes.
"The ones who hire you. What makes them any different from those you silence?"
He steps around his desk, slow, deliberate.
"Are you truly the knife or merely the hand that wields it?"
I heard enough. I lunge. The candle's flame flickers wildly, then vanishes. Darkness swallows the room. And I realize, too late. Vostan was never the prey. He was the hunter all along. The world vanishes into darkness. I pivot, my senses flaring. The faint scent of candle wax lingers, but the light is gone, swallowed by some unseen force. A trick? No. A test. Vostan's voice drifts through the void, calm, confident, mocking.
"Tell me, assassin, how does it feel to be the hunted?"
My pulse remains steady, but my grip tightens on my daggers. The chamber should still be the same. Walls lined with bookshelves, a desk at my left, the window behind me. I can map it in my mind. I listen, straining past the silence. Footsteps, soft, measured, circling. Vostan isn't alone. I hear the faintest breath behind me. Too close. I drop low, rolling aside just as steel whistles past my ear. Fast, precise, aim to kill. I pivot mid-motion, driving my blade forward. My steel meets nothing but air. A chuckle slithers through the darkness.
You are skilled, Raezur, but skill alone is not enough.
I freeze. He knows my name. That should be impossible. Vostan's figure emerges, faintly outlined in the thin glow of moonlight leaking through the window. His silhouette is relaxed, unconcerned. His robe shifts slightly, and for the first time I notice something beneath the folds of fabric. A pendant. It pulses faintly. A sickly blue glow barely visible against his chest. Magic. Damn it. I move without hesitation. Surging forward, my dagger aimed at his throat. The moment the blade is about to pierce flesh, something slams into me, invisible, weightless, cold. I am hurled backward, my spine cracking against the bookshelf. Dust and parchment explode into the air as I land hard, my breath tearing from my lungs. Vaston steps closer, his fingers tracing the pendant absently.
You see, assassin, you are exceptional at what you do, but even the deadliest blade is useless if it cannot strike.
I push myself up, tasting blood in my mouth. You're a coward hiding behind tricks. Vostan merely smiles.
Call it what you will, but tell me, Raezur, what is your next move?
I meet his gaze, studying him. He's stalling. Why? The magic pendant, the deliberate talking. It's not arrogance. It's time. He's buying time. For what? The answer comes too late. The moment I shift to attack again, I hear it. The scrape of steel against a sheath. Not his. Someone else. A blade sinks into my side. The pain is immediate. Hot and blinding, like liquid fire searing through my ribs. I choke back a curse, twisting away as the weapon pulls free. A hooded figure stands in the doorway, blade slick with my blood. Their stance is disciplined, trained. Another assassin. One of his. Vostan sighs, shaking his head.
You never questioned the contract, did you?
I stagger, pressing a hand to my wound. Warm blood spills between my fingers. Not deep enough to be fatal, but enough to weaken me.
You were sent to kill me, but did you ever ask yourself, why?
My vision sharpens despite the pain. Someone paid for your death. That's all that matters. Vaston laughs softly, stepping closer.
That is where you are mistaken.
I feel the blood drip from my side, soaking into the dark leather of my tunic. My mind races, searching for a way out. The wound slows me, but it does not stop me. I have to think.
You were a pawn. The contract was not about me. It was about you.
The realization strikes like a dagger to the chest. I was the true target, not Vostan. Me. My employers, whoever they were, set me up. The blood loss dulls the edges of my thoughts, but the instincts remain sharp. Escape. Now. The hooded assassin steps forward, blade poised for the kill. I let my knees buckle, feigning weakness. Then, I strike. A sudden savage lunge, my dagger flashing upward. The assassin recoils, steel narrowly missing my throat as my blade sinks into their thigh. A sharp cry, a staggered step. I don't wait. I move. A desperate dive toward the window, ignoring the fire in my side. My hands catch the ledge, and I throw myself over just as I hear Vostan's voice call out.
Run, Raezur, run, while you still can.
Then I am falling. The wind howls past my ears, the ground rushing up to meet me. I twist midair, tucking into a roll as I hit the rooftop below, pain flaring through my ribs. My limbs scream in protest, but I do not stop. I cannot stop. A crossbow bolt whistles past my head. Another embeds itself into the tiles near my feet. I push forward, sprinting across the rooftops, leaping from ledge to ledge. Behind me, the manor is alive with activity. Guards shouting, doors slamming open, torches flaring in the night. I vanish into the shadows. I need answers. Someone set me up. Someone wanted me dead. And when I find out who, they will regret it. Pain is a familiar thing. It sharpens the senses, reminding me I'm alive. I vault over a narrow alley, my boots skimming the edge of a rooftop before landing hard on the next. The wound in my side protests with every movement, blood soaking into my tunic. I grit my teeth and press forward. The city of Venare sprawls below me, a maze of rooftops and winding streets, shrouded in mist and flickering lantern light. Even at this hour, the capital does not sleep. Merchants unload shipments under watchful eyes, brothels hum with drunken laughter, and in the darker corners, blades whisper against flesh. This is my city, and tonight it tried to kill me. I duck low, pressing myself against a chimney as another crossbow bolt hisses through the air. It clatters against the rooftop tiles, skidding into the darkness. They are still pursuing. I take a steadying breath. 1 assassin. 2, at most. I lost the others when I first leapt from Vostan's study. I glance over my shoulder. There, a silhouette, barely visible against the night sky, moving fast across the rooftops. Hooded, blade drawn. My attacker from the manor. They land just 10 paces behind me. I spin, dagger in hand. Persistent, I murmured, keeping my tone even despite the fire in my ribs. I admire that. The hooded figure says nothing. Their stance is low, predatory. A professional. I shift slightly, testing my footing. If they noticed my wound, they will exploit it. They are waiting. Watching. The first attack is always a lie. I feint left, drawing their attention, then pivot sharply to the right. My dagger lashes out, aimed for the throat. They parry. Fast. A blur of steel. A spark in the darkness. I roll with the movement, using their momentum against them. The assassin stumbles back a fraction, just enough for me to drive my knee into their ribs. A sharp exhale. A pained grunt. I press the advantage, twisting behind them, my blade poised for the kill. A second attacker strikes. I catch the movement too late. Something heavy smashes into my shoulder, sending me sprawling. I roll with the impact, barely dodging the next strike as steel buries itself into the tiles where my head had been. 2 against 1. Not ideal. I push to my feet, blood dripping from my lip. The first assassin is already recovering. The second closing in from behind. I exhale slowly. Breathe. Calculate. Act. They move in tandem, trying to box me in. The second attacker, a broad-shouldered figure with a curved short sword, lunges first. I sidestep, letting the blade scrape past my ribs and drive my elbow into his jaw. His head snaps back, but the first assassin is already striking. I twist just in time, my dagger deflecting theirs. The impact sends a jolt through my injured side. Too slow. Pain explodes across my back as the second assassin recovers and slams his knee into my spine. I hit the ground hard, too slow. The hooded assassin looms over me, blade raised for the final strike. Then a whistle in the air. A crossbow bolt punches into the second assassin's throat, a choked gurgle. The body collapses. I don't hesitate, I move. The hooded figure flinches at the sudden death of his companion. That hesitation costs him. I strike, a brutal, final thrust, my dagger sinking deep beneath his ribs. His breath hitches. A gasp. His blade falls from his grip. I pushed him off and staggered upright, my own breath ragged. Then I turn. Who fired the bolt? She stood before me like a ghost woven from shadow and blood. Her dark red hair, the color of embers dying in the midnight air, framed a face both haunting and beautiful. Green eyes, deep and knowing, gleamed like polished jade in the dim light, their gaze cutting through the darkness as if she could see the sins buried beneath my skin. The black assassin's garb she wore clung to her slender frame, swallowing her into the night, yet unable to fully conceal the quiet power she carried. An elf, yes, but unlike any I had met before. Celine. I wiped the blood from my mouth, eyeing her warily. You always had bad timing. Celine slings the crossbow over her shoulder.
You're welcome, by the way.
I roll my shoulder, feeling the deep ache settling in. I had it handled.
Right. That's why you were about to be skewered like a festival pig.
Celine and I have history. We've worked together before, stolen together, killed together. She's one of the few I tolerate in this business. But trust? Trust is another thing entirely. She studies me, her smirk fading slightly.
You look like hell, Raezur.
I shake my head. Not important. I glance at the two corpses cooling on the rooftop. They were waiting for me. That means whoever set me up isn't finished.
Someone tried to burn you?
Someone sent me to kill Vostan. But it was a trap. They wanted me dead.
Damn, that's bold.
I nodded toward her. Why are you here?
Oh, you know me, always watching, always listening. The moment I heard there was a hit on you, I figured I'd enjoy the show.
Enjoying yourself?
Immensely, but now I'm curious. Someone wants you dead. That means something big is moving here in the city.
I narrow my eyes. You know something?
I might, but knowledge isn't free, love.
I exhale slowly. Fine. What do you want?
A favor.
I should walk away. I should vanish into the city and handle this myself. But something bigger is at play. And right now, Celine might be the only threat I have. I sheathe my dagger. Tell me what you know.
Oh, Raezur, you're going to love this.